In a world where we are taught from a very young age about gathering lots and lots of things, I want to talk to you today about some stuff that matters to a person like myself on this We Can Do It Wednesday. Hopefully, my video clip will work. Back in a minute. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever this video finds you. Hi, this is Jan. Welcome to another episode on this We Can Do It Wednesday on the Save Money and More with Jan channel. How you doing today? Hope everybody is doing well. Want to talk to you today about things that really stick out of my mind. With the holiday season, in a few months, we have so much time left, but I like to think like in the financial area for us to get a little bit ready in advance, more ready. Why? Because that way you avoid credit card debt. I don't want to hear anybody telling me in March or April that they're still paying off 024's Christmas debt. You see where I'm going with that? All right. But I want to talk to you today, more importantly, about the things that stick out of my mind or stuck out of my mind going back to the holiday seasons past. This is why when people get discouraged about, for example, creating gifts from the heart for people, think, oh, that's not good enough, whatever, wrong, just want to, at least for me, I just want to break that myth out of your head. Some of the best things that I remember came in the form of homemade or handmade gifts. For example, did you ever like get a whole bunch of like material gifts, store bought or whatever, but then the person comes over to your house or you happen to visit them or you may be gifting them with whatever. Like let's say it's something as simple and as beautiful as a brand new recipe for banana bread or blueberry bread or whatever, apple bread. And what do people seem to remember a lot? Oh, wow, that apple bread was like the best ever. I am not even kidding you. I mean it. Or, for example, like when you hold those like little fun card games for fun, and the prizes are, let's say, pantry items like a couple of pounds of rice, for example. People remember, hey, remember the time we were at Aunt Susie's house? And I happened to win a couple of bingo games in a row. I won a couple of pounds of rice, a few cans of beans. You see where I'm going with this? It's about making memories and making fun things. Now, for example, my mother, as I have mentioned several times, over the years, she loved to crochet. My mother, literally, she could crochet a Christmas tree. I know that sounds like a joke, but she did. But I mean, like she made crocheted versions of Christmas tree pins. So she would make such cute pins. She would do snowman pins. People put on their lapel, on their coats, on their collar at the holiday time. Wonderful one. I still have a few. She did little baby Christmas wreath pin type thing. I don't know if she did the gingerbread man. Maybe, not sure. But anyway, these are the things that I remember most. I couldn't wait. Once, I'll give it an example. Once Halloween finished, like literally, I jump right into the Christmas mode. I'm sorry, I do. I just love it. I put on that there's a station on a cable network that plays continuous Christmas or slash holiday style wintry music, festive music from November 1st all the way through to about January 6th. I maximize that. I literally count the days down. It's almost here. So what I do, and I did it when my mom was around, for example, and she would make those little Christmas trees and those little snowmen, and she gave out a whole bunch of them to friends and family a few years before she was called home. And I'm sure glad she did. These were wonderful gifts. So what I would do once that Halloween went bye bye, I would start pinning my snowman on my coat lapel, or I would pin my Christmas tree on my coat lapel. Of course, she made tons and tons and tons of hats. She used to love to make hats for me. I have all of her hats. Any hat my mom ever made for me, I have it in a special drawer, and I use them in the winter time. They are still very usable. It's not just sitting in a drawer for memory. I have them. And as a matter of fact, her sister, my aunt, she's also been called home. There are a lot of crochet folks in my family, okay? So my aunt, she made a beautiful, absolutely beautiful, like baby doll coat, like a little pink coat. It was so cute. I think there's a matching hat to it. I have to go and look in my Rolodex of relative memories and stuff. These are the things I remember most. And I remember us talking about them. I remember my mother couldn't wait to order or to purchase directly. All the stuff she needed. She would sit there crocheting morning, noon, and night. And I say, Mom, are you like a crochet machine or what? So these are the memories. You know what else I remember very, very fondly? Of course, sitting down and we did our Christmas gift listing. Okay. These are so much the fun of it, the part of it. I don't know what it is. I just love the holiday season. I just love the holiday season. I love the holiday season because there's a reason for the season. But I can't help but also love these festivities around it. Now, note, everything I talked about does not cost a whole bunch of money. Okay. But Jan, I don't know how to crochet. I just use my mom as the example. Now, in my case, I can't crochet to save my life. Not happening. Forget it. Forget it. Every time my mother tried to teach me, it ended up looking like I don't know, a crocheted meatball. And I used to goof with her, say, "Ma, I can't even get this chain stitch correct." Anyway, that's an old story, but it's the truth. But you know what? But what I did love to do and still like to do are put like personal gift baskets together for, friends and family, of which I could hand directly to the friend or the family member. Does not have to cost a lot, but it does take planning. Now, when nobody's looking and everybody's worried about pumpkins right now, or getting ready with the back to school, you may find yourself a whole bunch of baskets on the cheap when people aren't looking for it and you're not getting the picked over one. Yeah, 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 yeah. So these are the things that we could do. But like I said, it's the memories that count. What else do I remember? I remember getting a phone call from another aunt of mine, another sister from my mom, was very close to all my aunts. All my aunts in my family, I was very, very close to every single one of them. Just wonderful people on both sides, and just, special memories. And yes, that's what counts for me. But what I remember the most, like, for example, I had another aunt of mine had a birthday like that came around the Thanksgiving period. November 25th was her birthday. So we would sit around. It was, starting to get really chilly out, brisk, beautiful fall in New York City. And we just, either we maybe go to, one of those department stores, in Midtown, then we'd go back up to her house or whatever, and then we'd sit down to one of her cups of coffee. My aunt made like the best cup of coffee, and she was an amazing baker. Okay. Amazing. So of course, inevitably, we'd bring her, birthday gifts or whatever. Just have an impromptu gathering. But or we'd get a phone call. Hey Jan, and my mom's name was Vi. Hey Vi. Hey Jan. She lived in walking distance. Okay, so well, I want to come over. I just made a fresh stromboli bread. We were like, uh-oh. When my aunt said she made stromboli bread, we were there. There's like there wasn't fast enough time to get over there. These are the things we would do in the holiday season. Or if we found out somebody was in the area, you get a phone call. Jan, what are you doing? Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Have a cup of coffee, cut up a panettone loaf. They would either walk in with if you don't know what a panettone loaf, it's an Italian version of like a fruit bread. And everywhere with Steve Young 74 loves panettone loaf. Don't you, Steve? I know you do. Okay. Yeah, he really does. And I know he could get them on Amazon if somebody ever sends him an Amazon gift card. I'm just saying. But anyway, all joking aside, It's the memories of the things that we do. It is not about the dollar cost. I had another aunt. She was also a great baker. We remember the food. We remember the gathering. We remember the laughing, and we remember the talking. Nobody sits around and said, "Hey, do you remember X number of dollars?" Blah 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 blah. I'm not saying we don't like that either. That would be a lie. But it's the memories made. It's the memories made. There are a couple of people on here extraordinarily generous. It's just so kind of you, just so kind of you. And then the holiday season, you know, the Amazon gift cards, etc., whatever. It's just like these are the memories. What kind of memories do we plan to make? So maybe 10 years down the road, like those folks I mentioned, they're all gone. They're gone to glory. But their memory for me will live on forever. What kind of memories do we plan to make this year?